For as long as any of us can remember, there's been one undisputed king of the dinosaurs, right? The T-Rex. But what if I told you that everything we thought we knew, everything the movies taught us, was, well, kind of wrong? Let's dive into this, because hidden away in the sands of Africa was a creature that was bigger, way stranger, and in its own element, a heck of a lot more dangerous than Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I mean, just let that sink in. This one idea completely flips the script on what an apex predator even is. We're not talking about some land-based tyrant. We're talking about an aquatic assassin, a creature that was basically a biological submarine from the age of dinosaurs.
You know, let's be real for a second. The T-Rex has had the best PR team in history. From every movie to every museum, it's been crowned the ultimate carnivore, the baddest of them all. And that's the champion we're here to challenge today. So our challenger, its story is something else. It's this incredible tale of tragedy, of being lost to time and then being rediscovered. For decades, it was nothing more than a ghost, known only from lost bones and old drawings. This is the story of Spinosaurus.
Okay, so this story is it's pure drama. In 1912, this paleontologist Ernst Stromer finds this unbelievable beast out in Egypt. But then, in 1944, disaster strikes. An Allied bombing raid hits Munich, and the building holding the only known skeleton is destroyed. And just like that, poof, they were gone. For more than 60 years, Spinosaurus was basically a ghost. It went extinct once, and then its bones went extinct again. Until, thankfully, new discoveries in Morocco started to bring this ghost back to life.
So, what did these incredible new fossils actually show us? Well, they didn't just bring back an old dinosaur. Oh no. They revealed an animal that was way, way stranger than anyone could have possibly imagined. All right, let's just start with the tail of the tape. The absolute basics. Size. So a big T-Rex, a really big one, would top out around 40 feet long. Spinosaurus? We're talking 50 feet, maybe even longer. It was just flat out bigger than the Tyrant King. And honestly, its size might have been the most normal thing about it. This thing was a total chimera, a mishmash of incredible features. You had this gigantic sail on its back, almost 2 meters tall, just slicing through the water. And unlike the T-Rex's kind of famous tiny arms, Spinosaurus had these really powerful forelimbs with huge slashing claws. And get this, look at that snout. It's long and thin, just like a crocodile's, and it's filled with these cone-shaped teeth, perfect not for crushing bone, but for grabbing onto slippery fish. It even had these little pressure sensors in its nose, so it could literally feel its prey moving around in murky water. So with all these weird features, you can imagine the debate that started raging among scientists, right? Like, what was this thing? Was it hunting on land, or was it doing something totally different? And that became the absolute central mystery. Was it just waiting in the shallows, kind of like a giant heron, dipping its head in to grab a fish? Or was it actually swimming after its prey, like a crocodile? The answer, whatever it was going to change everything we thought we knew about dinosaurs. And then, 2020 happened, and one single discovery blew the whole case wide open. You know what it was? It was the tail. It all came down to the tail. See, paleontologists found a tail that was unlike anything they'd ever seen on a big theropod. It wasn't stiff like a T-Rex's, for balance on land. Nope. This thing was tall, it was flexible, and it was shaped like a giant paddle. It was basically an engine, a motor, built for pushing it through the water. With that discovery, the conclusion was just inescapable. Spinosaurus wasn't just dipping its toes in. It was a full-blown swimmer, an active aquatic hunter. I mean, this was the first semi-aquatic dinosaur we've ever known about, a total game changer. So what was on the menu for this river monster? And we are not talking about little fish here. We're talking about huge prey, things like Onchopristis, this giant sawfish that was the size of a car. Prehistoric sharks, big, big fish. This wasn't just some casual fisherman. This was the monster of the river. All right, so let's get to it. That classic who would win debate, the one you see in the movies. Now that we have the evidence, let's actually put these two titans head to head and figure out who really deserves the crown. Okay, but first, a quick dose of reality. This epic battle, it could never have actually happened. Spinosaurus was hanging out in Africa while T-Rex was over in North America, and they were separated by millions and millions of years. But Hey, that doesn't mean we can't have a little fun with it, right?
So, in our hypothetical fight club, who wins? Let's break it down by where the fight takes place.
Okay, on land, it's all T-Rex. No question about it. That bone-crushing bite, that powerful, stable stance, he's the king of the turf. But you get them in the water? Oh, it is a whole different story. It's not even a competition. Spinosaurus has every single advantage. It's faster, it's more powerful, and its whole body is literally built for that environment.
So here's the bottom line. A T-Rex trying to swim in deep water would be clumsy, slow, a total sitting duck. The Spinosaurus, on the other hand, would be in its happy place. It's a torpedo made of muscle and teeth. It would just drag the T-Rex under, and, well, that's the end of the so-called king.
So, maybe we've been asking the wrong question all along. It's not about finding one king to rule them all. It's about recognizing two totally different rulers of two totally different realms. The T-Rex? Absolutely, undisputed king of the land. But Spinosaurus? Spinosaurus was the conqueror of a world dinosaurs weren't even supposed to be in.
And that really leaves us with one last big question to think about. What really makes a true king? Is it the one who's the absolute master of their own domain? Or is it the pioneer, the one that completely rewrites the rulebook and conquers a whole new world? I'll let you be the judge of that.